Hey, I'm Bill, and today I like to present the Python single connector Quickstart deployment scripts. So these scripts are Python scripts that wrap around existing Terraform deployments. The Python scripts aim to automate as much of the manual steps away as possible so that the deployment process is straightforward and quick. So I feel like the best way to demonstrate this is with an actual example, so let's just hop straight into it. So here I am on the Azure homepage. I'm going to open the Cloud Shell because that's where I'm going to deploy it. So I'm in an empty directory in the Cloud Shell. You can also run your scripts locally, but I'd suggest using the Cloud Shell since it already comes with all the dependencies pre-installed, so you don't have to install anything extra and the chances of errors are low. So to get the scripts, you want to git clone this folder into your shell. So we'll just make a clone. Looks like it all went successfully. So now you want to change into the folder with the Quickstart deployment. So this is the folder with the Quickstart deployment scripts. The file that we're interested in is the Azure Cloud Shell quickstart.config, so I'll just open that up. So there's a couple of variables here that you need to fill out. First off is the PC over IP registration code that you can receive from our sales team. I have one here, so I'll just put mine in. Next up is the API token, where you can find it on the page that I mentioned earlier. So you just click on the top right and click on Get API Token. You can paste that. After that is the passwords. So the passwords have some requirements, as you can see. So it needs a capital letter, lowercase letter, one number, and one special character. I suggest making it something secure, which I'll do now. Alright, the next variable is the region, so this will just be the location of your deployment. I'll leave it on the default West US 2. SCent is the number of standard CentOS workstations that you want. I'll leave all these as default. GCent is the number of graphics VM workstations that you want. The SWin is the same but for Windows, so it will be the number of standard Windows workstations, and GWin will be the number of graphics Windows workstations. So that's all you need to fill out. You just hit save, close editor, and now you're ready to run the deployment script. So the deployment script's called Azure Cloud Shell Quickstart.py. You run it, and it should start running. So this will take 30 to 40 minutes. I'll stop the video now, and I'll see you when it finishes. Alright, so it looks like my deployment finished. Unfortunately, my Cloud Shell timed out, but here I have the resource group of the deployed resources. If you have your Cloud Shell open when it finishes, it will actually show you all the relevant public IPs, such as the CAC and the domain controller. But even if it times out like it did for me, you can just find the public IP here. So this is the public IP of the CAC. You can use this to connect to the PC over IP client. So when you open the cam.teradici.com page again, you'll actually notice there's an Azure Quickstart deployment that's made for you here. I have two because there was one I made earlier. But this deployment is basically the monitoring station for your actual workstation. So you can take a look, you can have a look at your connectors, it's all healthy, your workstations, and your users. So casadmin is the account that you can log in with. The password will be whatever you set in the variables file. If you wanted to then delete your deployment, you can just delete the resource group. And then delete this deployment here. Alright, so that's about all I wanted to present. Today we went through how to deploy using the startup script, how to fill out the variable file, and then finally how to destroy the resource group and its associated variables. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.